All right, let's go for another one. We actually got paired way down here, 1630. Let's play e5. Okay, going for the two knights here. It's funny, like, I guess this is called the two knights. This exact position, chess.com refers to as the three knights opening. Something tells me this is going to be the four knights opening. I didn't realize they really just counted it up like that. One knight, two knight, three knight. A little obvious. Okay. Hard not to play this move. We might just see d4 here. A lot of people play bishop c4, which is not a great move. This would be normal. Yeah, I guess he might play this too. Just trying to think there, like, if there's any more aggressive variations we can play, but I'll stick with the four knights for now. It looks really boring. It looks really symmetrical. We're only on move 3, so lots can still happen. Okay, d3 is a very low energy move. I will definitely take the center here. Now it's like I'm playing the reverse scotch, so I'm pretty happy with that. Just get castled here. He goes here. It seems to only help me, like, especially if he plays bishop h4. Like, that's exactly what I want. There's a few moves here that might just be good, but definitely have to choose the most aggressive ones here. Yeah, he's gonna go a4. So the one thing is, if I play g5, g4, he goes knight h4. There's no way that I can really break through that. Like, g4 is not very good, so I think I want to play h4 and then play g4 afterwards. Yeah, so he retreats the knight, and bishop f3 is coming, but I think now I don't mind playing g4. To be honest, knight d4 looks kind of good. h4, I don't really like bishop g4 there. Let's go for this. I want to stop this move. I assume a move like knight e4 wants to happen. A6 looks annoying. I kind of like a6 myself here. We might need just a few trades. Unless we go maybe for knight d4. Yeah, let him go a6. I'll go b6. I did like a6 myself there, but I'm going to play it this way. It's obviously very sketchy around my king. Okay, queen needs to move. Honestly, d5 looks fine. Queen here. I don't know. You might go for a trade or something. Here, c4. This pawn becomes quite weak, but he still may do it. What's gonna be my next, like, what are my next moves? I think I'm gonna go all the way back. I want to defend this pawn to maybe play h4, h5, and I don't know. This knight looks terrible on b3, so I'd rather not play queen d5 and maybe let him go c4, c5. Yeah, he's just gonna reroute the knight. Knight e4, we can always go here. Yeah, it kind of looks like even g3 might be a good move. I just have to watch out for rook takes there and knight. And knight out. Yeah, let's go bishop e7 to guard this. King is definitely very airy here. Got to keep this pawn defended. Probably need to make a move like this. Really what I'd like to do, to be honest with you, is move the bishop back and play f5. That defends this. It will remove the knight. I think bishop e6 and f5 is the best feeling for me here. It goes b4, but again, I don't see any threat. So I'm gonna remove this bishop and go like this. I just don't have any like care in the world to take on b4. Not only does it drop f6, which would be terrible for me, but like taking this doesn't do anything for me. Like b5, even taking that, it's like, what does that really do? So we're gonna get f5 in. This is really nice to defend that. Now I'm not worried about bishop takes g4. Okay, I think it's time for g3 here. We could go h3 too, but g3 has a pretty nice feeling. It does provide my opponent with bishop f3, but with queen d4, bishop c5 coming, feels like this diagonal is gonna be hotly contested. Yeah, these checks, I mean, yeah, I'll slide my king over. I don't see this knight arriving to c6 anywhere. He goes there. There's already captures that we can do here. Might just take this. I mean, yeah, if he takes, he's going to be dropping even more material. So we'll probably see this. And okay, well, you still need to move the king here, so I don't know if that was worth it. Yeah, this is going to be easy now. Just take the material here. And again, there's just no way the queen shows up on my b7 square. Just don't really see how it's going to happen. Thinking about this, bishop d5 was also a fine move to trade. I'm thinking about taking in queen d3. Yeah, if I take here, queen e6, I take again, I have rook there. It's definitely the scarier move, but I think it's fine. I just don't see how this queen is getting here. I've got a pretty big threat coming up, also making a queen, also taking the rook. So yeah, I admit, this is pretty scary. And bishop e4, again, like, has the idea of the queen getting there. I'm probably just going to take it, to be honest. I'm still threatening this. Now I'm also threatening that. Yeah, let's take that with check. Very important check. Well, I suppose I'll just take his queen here. He has so many pawns, so there's not really ever going to be a situation where we have a lot of extra material. Not really going to be a situation where we're stalemating him. Put it that way. GG. So even though it was a 4 knights game, I feel like it turned into a pretty aggressive one. This d3 move was just very passive, and once I got d5 in, I have more space. Bishop g5 was very friendly. And yeah, we just kind of threw everything forward. And yeah, queen b2, I could play, but to be honest with you, I didn't even think about it. Queen d7 was a much better decision. And once we got f5, I think we have an overwhelming position now. Bishop is just too strong once it gets here. So even though we gave up that diagonal, I think this was too good. That was a mistake by him. He should have played king h1. Probably would have followed up with this. But yeah, I didn't see any way the queen was getting there. So whenever you attack, you're obviously giving your opponent an attack as well, because you're castling on the opposite side. But this one didn't look so bad. All right. e4. I'm not going to play like my previous opponent. I'm going to make sure to open things up. Okay, just plays d6. I'll go knight c3. I'll play bishop e2 before castling. Sometimes I like doing this because I don't want to like fully let him know exactly where I'm going to be castling, but obviously I'll do it now because he can't even really castle this way if he wanted to. We just have more space. Like, black's very cramped here, and of course he's welcome to castle, but at this point I might be pushing pawns over there. Okay, this move, I don't think the light squared bishop in this opening ever matters at all, so I'm actually quite happy to take and play f3. This is a nice solid pawn structure. We're also going to get knight d5 in. And then we can maybe start just pushing pawns. So the last thing is whether we care about this. And I think the answer is no. I'm just going to play king b1, a nice useful move. Okay, he does castle. Knight d5 is available, but if he takes and goes like bishop e6 or c6, I just want to make sure that we're actually, I don't know, that we actually have threats here. I'm going to go like this. I'll be very happy if he took. I think we just keep going here. Yeah, now I think takes bishop f6 is possible because e5 doesn't work anymore. So now I think I will play knight d5. I expect this, we see it, and follow up with more pawn pushes. Okay, this won't be a very surprising move, but h6, and here comes bishop g5. This looks like disaster for him. We have the dark square bishop, so it always feels good to get some dark square holes. Here, the knight on d5 is so strong. He was about to kick it out with c6, but we were moving just quick enough. Okay, so knight f6 definitely wins material here. I guess I'm wondering if we can do even better than that, and I'm not sure the answer is yes. But yeah, knight f6, just simple, win material. Can't really not play this move. That's the thing when you're attacking. Just at some point, you just got to cash in. Now this knight, hate it. Doing absolutely nothing. Yes, we can play bishop f6, but I'm not sure what the follow-up is. So I'm actually going to reroute my knight. I really like this pawn structure, so I'm trying to keep it there. And honestly, the knight was killer on d5, so I'm probably just going to put it back there. Yeah, we can go either way. I kind of like this because I want maybe the queen to stay open there. I'm just thinking about if c6 happens and I can't play knight d5, what do I want to do? Okay, I'm actually gonna I'm gonna do this check. I feel like c6 is gonna happen if I try to put this knight in there. So I'm actually gonna do something annoying, I think. I'm gonna go here, and I figured he would try to decline the trade of bishops, because look, I'm offering a pawn for it, but obviously my queen would jump into h6. And if I trade his bishop pair, my position is killer, and now we just win the game. So this is why I was trying to... I just assumed like we could bait his bishop to that square pretty easily. And indeed we could. So we just bring this back. Queen d4 is a move. Yeah, a5. So queen d4, f6 will happen. There is knight f4. Bishop goes back. There's knight d5. I think we can go for that. It's close, but I think it should work. Because knight d5 makes some serious threats. Like if b4, for example, then we could take here. And yeah, now we'll take with a check, I think. We'd love to take this, so maybe queen e6. Yeah, I think we can just go e5, actually. Because there's no way you can take twice here. We just have checkmate on g7. So c6, not a terrible move at all. I'm going to play queen e6 with the exact same threats. Take. And I think we're getting a mate here. Could have been nice to sack my queen there. Didn't even really consider it because I didn't see a defense to this, but this would have been a nicer move to play. This covers the king's escape square and delivers a nice checkmate on the diagonal there. Missed opportunity. I just didn't see a defense to this. So problem is my initial idea was so good that when I was presented with a new one, I didn't even consider the great offer that was presented to us. This was a very successful attack. I mean, it's just realizing that the bishop pair does nothing for me. I don't care about the bishop pair. Not here. If I can take, not only do I not care about that piece, but I want to strengthen the center anyway. And then I get to like make these small moves like king b1's always useful. And then just run the h-pawn. Just h6 and bishop g5, and black's already lost. So that's 17 moves right now. And black's already completely lost, losing material, and we didn't really face any danger to our king at all. Like, even at the end of the game, the maximum that black did was play this. Not too scary. Okay. Against the Sicilian, I'll play this. Most people at this level, I wouldn't say actually accepted, and they don't hear as well. c4 and playing like this, I feel like a lot of the time it's kind of hard to get an attack going. So I'm going to play f4. Just to make sure we have something going on there. e6. So it seems like at some point we'll have the move e5, which is nice. And I don't think I mind castling here. Bishop e3, knight there. Yeah, knight g4 shouldn't be too bad. It's definitely an annoying move, but it shouldn't be too annoying here. Do I want to let this happen? Let's just say no. That looks nice for him. So we'll just go ahead and deal with that. Here. The knight will show up on that square. Definitely annoying. drop the bishop back because I just know that move's gonna happen. Not interested in dealing with it. Queen e2. If d5, I'll go e5. Just kind of biding his time as well. It's not the easiest position. If I castle, I'm a little annoyed by knight g4. I can't lie, because then this bishop is he's trapped, or like he's gonna be able to take it. And the move knight c5 is also happening next. So let's castle, and on knight g4, I'll go king h1, let them have the bishop, and just bring the rooks in and try to go quickly. We'll see what we can create here, especially because I feel like the king kind of has to go that way. So just make some decent looking moves here. Goes knight there. e5 comes to mind. Knight d5 after. I really want my opponent to commit to one side or another here. Might be time for f5. If e5, we could get our bishop to b3. Okay, I think I'll go for this. After knight d5, I'll just put the queen back, and my opponent's not castling, so if you want to take this f-pawn, I guess I'll just say, like, that's yours to calculate. If you can make it work, go for it, man. This one also came to mind, hitting g7, but let's just go for our initial plan. Looks a little bit scary. Okay, he took it. Queen g3. Knight h5. Also, some knight move. This one hangs, so I'll probably do this. It's definitely going to get messy. Queen g3. He's not castled, but the annoying thing is that in one move he can go queenside castling. That's not where I want to see him go. Yeah, frustrating. So although we can take this, he's probably just going to send it right on out of there. So I think almost the only way to play now is knight e5. So let's go knight e5. Hanging this pawn, but I don't really know what else to do. I want to keep the energy in the position, so we're gonna take a bad looking position and just hope that we can keep him from castling, keep him interested. He's played it really well so far. I think bishop g2, bishop c5, rook f2 is a problem, but he's still gonna have to play it at least accurately for a couple more moves. If he castles, then I feel like we're in trouble. That's him castling. Other moves don't bother me so much. Also, knight takes g2 looks pretty damn scary, but just hoping to get to that one later. All right, we might need to play bishop e4 here, or we could actually play it after taking. Again, the annoyance is queen g7, just castle. It's like, ugh, I can't keep this king in the center unless I play knight takes, but then the queens trade, so that's difficult. So I think I'm gonna play rook e4 and just try to be confusing. Not only does it stop knight takes e1, but it's, you know, mildly confusing to handle. If he takes, his knight's trapped. He should never take it. Should always leave the bishop there at this point, but okay, your knight's technically trapped on G2. Just, if we confuse him, I know I'm confused as well, but as long as if he's confused, we get what we want here. Okay, so he does take. If we take, there is a long castle. I think we want knight c4 after that. Because I think castling is the only move that I would really consider here. I'm also kind of threatening bishop c6. Yeah, so I guess you might have to go here. You could take like this, but there's queen takes e5. I could take like this. Yeah, let's just go like that. Knight still just like weirdly placed. There's b5, but maybe it also allows me to go rook a1 at the end. Looks like a bit of fun. Knight f7, I just didn't like that queen could always be traded. Kind of bothered me. So, even though the queen's trade here, I don't know, b6 is hanging. Could also take on e7 here. I think I'll just take back. This is hanging, that's hanging, that's hanging. That's hanging. There's a lot of stuff hanging here. We definitely confused him. I'm confused still. So, I'm wondering what's happening here. Rook d7, knight b6. I feel like this is almost the only move. Okay, who's confused? I'm still confused. What the hell happened there? Someone got confused there. Me, him, everyone watching. It worked. Our mischievous idea. Man, the Mora is tough to make some attack happen out of nowhere. Once they play d3, I mean, I'm like, ugh. Don't love this line. Yeah, so our position is not fantastic here. Knight takes f4. This was all great by him. I decided to take. He really needed to take, I thought, and play bishop c5. He took with the knight, and then rook e4 is actually like, I still think it's kind of tricky. Taking was bad. This is crazy. Like, guys, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We were bullshitting, but we weren't bullshitting that much. Okay? I made it up. I made it up to you guys after a queen f2 move that leaves a lot to be desired, and then a queen g3 and a knight e5. We reached maximum confusion here with rook e4. And look at this, just a couple guys playing great moves. Bishop e4, boom, bishop. Castle, boom, knight c4. f6, boom, knight c6. Boom, takes. Boom. I don't know why it says that's an inaccuracy. Knight a7, no way, dude. Pretty sure knight e7 is low-key the best move here. But, I mean, it's the best move by like 0.1 or something. This is a very harsh evaluation here. Yep, we made it up to you guys. There you go. That's how the game could have ended, according to the chess.com engine. Always looking out. That was annoying, eh? The Mora is such a fun opening, but they really like poke a hole in the balloon when they go d3. It's like, all right, man. If you're no fun, why don't you just say so? Okay, e4. Let's play the Caro-Kann. No. Okay, he's played c4. What can we do here? Okay, I'm gonna play e5. I mean, we have to claim the center in some way. He's gonna play d4. I mean, literally the best move here is probably d6. This is not exactly the most appealing. Maybe we can go knight f6 and confuse things a little bit here. I hope. We'll see what we can do. Okay, takes. There's queen a5 or knight e4. I'm not sure which one, actually. I don't really like the look of this. There's queen a5 now. We'll see what he plays. Maybe bishop d3. Okay, it just goes knight c3. It's kind of surprising. Queen a5, queen d4. Can also just take it, but not sure we're getting the greatest attack that the world has ever seen. How do we attack from here? This doesn't really do much. Let's go d6. Our position seems good to me. Seems very good, but can't say it's like littered with attacking possibilities. So, is there a way we can be quick here? Like, queen f6. Like, I want him to defend that. It'd be nice if he did. But still, I have a hard time. Oh, Jesus. Well, we gotta go back here now. Gave you trading those queens. Okay. Castle, I guess. What else? Rook here. We're probably gonna get slapped with that move. Actually, that's a great beat. Queen h4 takes and bishop e7, winning a piece.
Have some choice. Break it down. Take
Coming right up, right?
have a drink.
Oh yeah.
Take your coffee.
Or perhaps more.
Take your time.
I mean, these moves aren't necessarily good, but they do trade the queens. It's like, what am I supposed to do here? Don't think I'm going to be too upset with the current position. And I'm certainly not going to try to keep the queen on for no reason. Let's go back.
Have some choice. Go to trips.
I want to get caught on the d file. Yeah, if the bishop moves, bishop c5 or bishop f4.
Half a days. Spend the time. Do your thing.
Yeah, just take here. The pawns will be terrible.
Choice.
And then put a knight on c5. I think that's the recipe.
Break the bricks.
Has to be some king move.
Time.
We take,
Half a day.
or we can even wait an extra move. Take later.
Do your thing.
Actually, no, take right away, I think.
Do your stuff.
Because I don't want to let him pin
Over it.
with rook e1. Like king e2, knight a6, rook e1, takes king f1.
Fascinate.
And then I'm in some pin here. I don't know if that's
We
good or
are
bad.
here then we cannot think about.
Knight on c5 is a definite yes. Just a fantastic square. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play f6. I guess f6 allows
Search yourself.
rook there.
Drink. Feel the power. Now talk to me.
I want to play f6 and h6 most
Tell me
likely.
things
Start
I
with
want to
this.
hear. Now we go to sleep. We wake to feel.
The knight is pretty unassailable on that square. King looks pretty good on e7. Maybe rook d8. Of course, the only thing I never, ever want to do is play rook takes d4. That would be awful. Might need to do this. He's definitely not going to take. I expect one of these two moves. Okay, he goes there. I think knight a4
Shape the
is
ways.
quite
Shape the ways.
quite annoying.
Shape your time. Shape the ways.
So he's got this. At that point, I think I might return. Got this one. I'll take. Okay, we have one extra pawn, and we have a knight that needs rescuing. Yeah, we could do knight takes, but it's not even necessary. Maybe b4 to save this knight. I guess like this. Can put all of our pawns on dark squares, so yeah, so we'll make sure to put the pawns on dark squares here. His pawns get stuck on light squares. I probably have to do that. And we can do this one because king there blunders that. Let's see. Knight d5 hits the pawn. Ooh, that's a terrible move. Okay. GG. A great attack there. Yes. Lots to learn from. Huge attack we had. Yes, you can learn this exact checkmating technique I did in my checkmating course. I planted this guy in my speedrun so I could advertise the course. Exclamation mark course. Joe Cool, thanks for 32 months. Karakan. Not much to do against c4. I mean, this is one in particular where it's like if I can't even stake some claim to the center, it's kind of tough to generate an attack. The thing about attacking positions is like, yeah, you want them to be open, but usually when you have the white pieces, when you're playing with black, positions that obviously an open position can be good if white plays something really like uninteresting, like d3, like, okay, we want to open things up. But otherwise, for the most part, you want it to be kind of closed a little bit so your king is safe. Like a closed center and then you can attack on one side of the board is a nice recipe. All levels, Dr. Jitsu. If you're talking about the checkmate course. Even if you're like 2000, 2200, you'll definitely be learning some stuff in there that either you didn't know or didn't know how to do. 20c6 is to play d5, but after the move c4, if I play d5, position is so open there. White has the isolated pawn. Black can't really attack in those positions. d4. Okay, let's go d5. We'll see this. I don't really want to take. Probably go. I'll go for our e5 move. I played this a few times so far. He takes. I'll take. I played e4 once. I'll play the main move, which is queen takes. Of course they can take here, but to be honest, this queen trade, I've actually done it before, I think in this series, and this can be pretty nice, especially if they play f4, which I think is a terrible move. It always looks enticing though, so we can hope that that they do it. Let's go here. We want to castle as soon as possible. Even without the queen here, we can put a lot of pressure on the position. Goes a3, which is a pretty nice move. Let's castle. Let's check. Don't mind if I do. And I'm just going to offer yet another pawn for the knight to come out, hopefully with tempo. Smart guy, smart guy. Not allowing me to have all the fun. All right, I gotta take something back. E4, bishop g4 looks decent. Otherwise, I might play e4 next. This king is, I think, pretty uncomfortable. So I think I just want to keep making threats. Almost thinking of this. Takes, knight d4, threatens this. I feel like we can do a bit better than that. White's actually under a lot of pressure here. King c2 almost loses immediately. I think I'm threatening something like this right now. Like h3, maybe take a knight d4. Knight b3 is such a powerful move. And this king has a hard time getting out of this pin. Yeah, so for example, I'm going to take and just play knight d4. I don't actually know, like I might be missing something, but I don't actually know what he does here. King e1 loses that. King c1 is in trouble. In general, I'm threatening knight d3. It's almost like rook c1, rook c2, but it just looks like a really, really easy position for black to play. Knight d3, bishop c5. Okay, so knight there and knight b3, rook a2. But you can you can appreciate how nasty that position looks. Honestly, a pretty smart move though by my opponent. Not going to be lost after this. And then king c2 follows after. So here's the thing. I almost want to play g6 to get another piece in. Because still, if the king moves anywhere, I have bishop... Sorry, if the king moves anywhere, I have the knight move. So this position is stuck the way it is. It's almost like knight b3 helps white. So... trying to see if there's a way for me to just add more pressure. So if I go here, then the king comes to c2. Seems like the best I'll be able to do there is maybe win a pawn. g3, rook a2. Bishop h6 takes. I don't think that's good enough. Okay, yeah, I don't really see a way that I can really win something if white plays rook a2 next. I'll play bishop here because I think in this spot, white has to play rook a2. Yeah. Like, for example, here, I was going to play this and then bishop c5, and then it might go into the same thing. But it's better to start with this move because, in my opinion, white has to do this. That's a really weird move to do right now. If you attack the rook, you make it more obvious. And obviously after this, our opponent just blundered a rook, and so we'll just take it. And we're up an entire rook because our knight is going to escape. Yeah, knight b3 looks Looks good here. You can take this. We're up a pawn and a rook at this point. Knight c4, bishop d4, and maybe king b8 for good measure, but essentially, I think the game's already kind of won. Just make the safe move, king b8, and now I'm not on a light square. I'm not on any knight check square. I'm not on the c file. I feel like our king is pretty well situated, so maybe now we can go for something like this. Just gonna open up space for my rook to participate. You can grab this and then get the rook in. Just take this. Rook f8 next. I like to play moves like this here. I mean, although it gives 2 pieces for the rook, I have 2 rooks left, so it actually kind of just simplifies the material here. Now let's just keep pushing. Here, I'll take it. I'll fall for it. Hits the knight and prepares to get some checks in. I actually like knight g4 as well, provided the knight doesn't return here, which it does. So it's time for this. Just want this bishop to move, and then we can get g2 there. Yeah, let's just promote this pawn, and now we have an extra queen. Knight d7 is a check. It's still worth my opponent playing on. I would play on as well. Because you never know. Knight d7, king here, rook mates, right? So I would play on too. Two knights is producing W's. E4. I guess E5 and just see what the heck we can do here. Bishop C4. How does black generate something here? The plan is they go for this. F5. You guys are crazy, man. You guys are high energy. F5. Oh my goodness. H3. What opening is this, dude? This looks like just unbelievably good for me. I'll take it. What's going on here? Bishop G5. Suppose knight here. Gotta go bishop E6. think we can get a nice attack going here. So d4 can't really happen. This is defended. Rook g8 looks pretty nice. Bishop takes c6 does not bother me. I think the only thing that bothers me is the move d4. And even that doesn't really bother me. Okay, I'm just going to start with this. Has to be useful. He can't really castle. g4. Holy smokes, folks. We want to castle this way. I got 2 threats here. Gotta be this. Although queen takes has d4, but then knight e4. I mean, you just can't go wrong with this. He goes knight a4, but bishop there is definitely possible. It might trade the queens. That's the only thing. In the interests of keeping the queens on the board, I don't think I should take. But takes king there, queen e3. He has queen e2. But like, I'm not really going to shy away from that. Yeah, queen b4, there's c3. Same thing with queen a5. I think I'm just going to take. Like, what am I, scared of having the entire center and 2 bishops and an extra pawn? Can't be playing chess like that. It's like, we want to go queen e2? Sure. It's fine. I'll take. Not really here to be bothered by that. Okay. Rook e2 looks somehow likely. I don't know why. Yeah. I don't know why, but for some reason I was expecting this blunder. King there. Man. Bishop takes here. It's actually clever. Takes. Rook takes e5. My queen. Psych. It's check. Have to go for it. Oh, man. Wait, we can set it up again. Oh, my queen. Damn it. Man, you really saw that? What the hell? This guy's crazy. How did he see that? Unbelievable, really. Double check. And we're gonna put this guy out. GG. That was a KO for sure. All right, let's give our scotch a try. Okay, not many people play this line. Knight here, I guess, is bishop g4. So how are we going to drum up something interesting? Knight c3, bishop b4 is... That's very annoying. Yeah, I'll go for knight c6 and maybe e5 there. It's definitely not the absolute best, but Pawn on e5 is always a pretty good attacking sign, so we'll see. Yeah, queen e7, I don't think I really have a choice except to go here. Knight d5. Again, don't think I have a choice but to go here. Knight takes, I gotta take with the pawn. Bishop takes, same thing. Yeah, like bishop takes is just not a good position. So, like, I'm trying to get something going here, but it's quite tough. These positions, there's just like no hope for an attack, it feels like. The queens are like basically being traded no matter what. So f4, like castle. I mean, once you play f4, you can't castle this way. The center's opening. Feels like the king is just cooked. So, I don't know. We're trying to keep the position interesting here, but reality is that might not be able to do it. I don't know. Like, I feel like this bishop is so annoying. Like, literally. Gotta, like, trade it. Go bishop d3 after. I mean, he doesn't even have to take it. This is the annoying thing. I'm just not sure what to do. Maybe f6 we can get. It was a5. I don't think that's particularly scary. Okay, like, I guess we go here, try to get the bishop on f1 out. Okay, d6, what? Why would you volunteer for these pawns? I don't understand that. Bishop a6, I can also go c4. Now I can castle. And f6, maybe queen h4, pin the pawn, threaten mate. He goes here, I mean, takes is also such a good position for me. If I go c4, he has queen e6. We can take, I mean, I'll just go c4, whatever. This bishop looks great. He is going to be able to threaten that soon, but I have queen takes c5 if he goes for it right away. But yeah, he might go like rook d4, and this is a very temporary solution. Rook d4 and bishop c4 is happening. What the hell are we going to do about that? Honestly, like, I'll just go here and just keep going. Just push on through.
When was the last time?
Try to scare him a little bit. These pawns look terrible.
The last time.
I mean, at least I have everything placed exactly where I want it. I feel like most of these speedruns, like, I need 5 minutes on my clock because I'm actually really have to spend some time trying to figure out how to create an attack out of nowhere. Okay. Well, I'll just do this so that we have the move there. I'll go like this. I mean, he has rook h4 to stop that, but this isn't the only idea we have. We also have back rank mates.
fulfillment? What is success? Are they all related? What is happiness?
So rook d8 here is actually a nice tactic. Like queen takes e5, rook d8. I think it's working. He goes here. Yeah, it's pretty smart. We need to go slow here, unfortunately. Can we do this first? No. So I have to take. And I actually have to defend this, sadly. This is a nice threat, but if I went rook f4, he could take. And I don't think I was ready to set this up. So now I'll go rook e4, I think. I mean, what else have I got, right? Queen f5, I can try this. Oh, he goes there. There we go. That's a nice finish. That's a nice finish right there. Against all odds. Yeah, once you see this, there's only a few ways you actually end up winning the game. Obviously, mate on g7. Mate on h7 with a rook on h3, like just queen takes. Rook d8 to distract the rook, and then queen g7 mate. Or queen takes h7, and then some check on the h file. So rook d4 was very good. I shouldn't be taking this. Black's definitely doing fine after this. Now, I went here, I think, after c5. So the issue was, if I bring my rook up, I'm not actually threatening this because the queen can take. And I can't bring my rooks up here because, well, he'll just trade for them. So I still can't play rook f3 because I'm not actually threatening anything. Like, rook h3 is a threat, but that's not enough. And also after this, let's say queen takes e5, I'm still not threatening anything because queen comes to h5. So that's why here I couldn't just play rook here. Yes, I'm threatening this, but queen takes e5 just kills everything, and it threatens mate here. Yeah, and I can't play rook b1 anymore because, again, queen e5 and rook here is not in time. That's a checkmate, and also queen e3 is a forced queen trade. So once we trade a pair of rooks, none of those ideas work. Here, obviously, we have this threat. I thought about queen f5 because if rook h4, there's this, and again, I don't have this. So I thought that was a pretty good defense for him. He didn't do it and ended up going here, and we get a nice checkmating pattern with queen h7. So all it took was an f pawn up to f6, and then there were a ton of attacking ideas there. Queevydude96, thanks for the half a year. Appreciate that. And France Rex, 5 months. Thank you guys. Welcome back. Thanks for the subscriptions. Thank you, Lolly. I'll take a compliment. This is a friendly checkmate here. Good pattern for everybody to know. We're up to 1987. E4. Do we go for... Do we play the odds and say it's a Vienna? Okay, wasn't a Vienna. We'll go here. Uh-oh. Here comes theory. I can feel it. Don't hurt me. Oh my goodness. Dude. People know too much about this. People know too much. Is this, like, am I supposed to know what's going on here? What the hell? I'm going here. I'm going h6. Rookie 1, I'm castling. Get me the hell out of there. You can have my pawn. I'm just getting developed. Now we should be going here, I think. I don't know. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. Gotta move my queen. Probably bishop d6 next. I mean, hitting the knight, obviously threatening d3. Yeah, this move is kind of just has to be played. c5 is super aggressive. Knight c3, queen back, with the intention to just take no matter what. Looks kind of interesting. Bishop here, knight there. We gotta go queen e6. Bishop f4. If e3, there's just f3, so why do I feel like that's not that impressive? Maybe we can go e3 and like bishop c4. I don't know. Bishop c5 rather. I'm feeling this. He goes queen f3. What the heck? I didn't even consider this. Didn't even consider it. Has to be something here, right? I don't know. Queen takes d4, queen e3. I wasn't like super convinced. Can we do this? I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. There's all sorts of moves possible here. Even this. But let's see if we can make it happen. Whole game is complete nonsense. Complete nonsense. But hey, that's what attacking games are. Complete nonsense. Bishop e3. Gosh darn it. Stop playing these good moves. So I can move this queen, or sorry, this knight, like knight g3, but, you know, there's queen moves that just go back and defend g2, so. And if I go f6, then c4. But Oh, c4, queen a5, knight c6. Yeah. Yeah, knight d2, queen f2. The annoying thing is c4 is happening next. Dude, what are these moves, man? I gotta go here. Like, c4 is way too bothersome, so I think I have to do this. Okay, knight there looks like a big blunder. Okay, we're just up a piece. We had mate there, so there was no queen takes b7 or anything. Knight a4, I feel like knight e4 is quite good. f5. Pawn is hanging as well. c3, bishop c6. All of a sudden he started playing like very quickly, but he also blundered every single piece he has. Not sure where all the speed is coming from. It's always a strange experience when, like, everyone just starts playing quickly, except one side is just hanging all their pieces. Okay, is it possible? We only have one of the light square bishops, so it's actually a little bit tricky. Damn it. It is a little bit tricky. Let's play d5, see what white wants to do. e3. Aman, could you perhaps play a stone wall? Sure, I got you. I think he's doing the same thing. Okay, well, our buddy here is playing the stone wall. So I feel like this is a bad time to play the stone wall because it's so uninteresting. He's so boring. Can't castle, it's just a little annoying. Chessboard is quite small. Okay, well why don't you tell me how you'd like the chessboard to be bigger when it's the maximum size that it could be on the screen. So you let me know. I'm open to suggestions. I guess we're taking here? I don't know. And 93 check. Maybe change the color. So you think if I change the color of the board, it'll make it bigger? That's what you're suggesting? If White Castle's this way, I'll be very happy. Damn it. It's bigger with other streamers. Here it's quite small. Well, why don't you think about that for a sec? How did other streamers have the board bigger? Really think about that, because the chessboard is a square. So if it's as big as it can be lengthwise, then it can't go any bigger. But you're saying that it was bigger on other streams, so let's work with that information. I like that when we take the, I can't just take back. Have to go full offense here, right? Surely. This is the only move that looks like it does anything. Do we take or do we just go here? Knight h4 could be the sauce, but I'll take. This bishop's actually not great. I mean, it looks like it's doing something, but it's kind of bad. The only thing that's good is it's stopping rook f1. Everything's hit here. There's only king g2 to try here, but it leads to a pretty sexy mate on f3. Nice one there. So that win put us at the 999 mark. 1999. Next game for 2K. you guys can still see the board. Someone's brought it to our attention that it's quite small, and what else can we do? Five. Bold. Bold. Let's just take. Maybe this. We'll take and go queen h3. Yeah, let's go a4 just to keep our bishop on the diagonal for the moment. Yeah, he does go here. I think, unfortunately, we kind of have to take. The only way to play is like this, but there is queen d4 lurking. The only nice thing about that is that the attacking moves kind of flow nicely. So maybe we can bait him into this. Takes queen d4. Move my king. Blunder my pawn. Take. And what a great attack. And bonus points for me if we trap his queen with the line we foresaw many moons ago. Queen c2, rook f2. Alright. So he goes here, we go c3, he goes queen d2, and he escapes. If we go here, he goes queen here. He still escapes. I think I want to do some combination of threatening to trap his queen, but then also just going for the attack as planned. Because right now, he's got queen d2, queen h6. I definitely don't want to allow that. c3, queen d2 is no good. So we need to make a move that stops that. He's also about to play c4 and save the queen this way. So I think we've got to attack the queen. No matter how we attack it, it looks like he's going here. Maybe we just like leave him there. Forget about him in there. Rook here, and then queen e2. I don't want to go queen d3 because then the queen can always come back to d4. So let's see if we can make it work. We had to attack the queen on the first move because the pawn was about to push and we'd never trap it. We also couldn't allow queen d2. So the queen's in a bad spot. Rook d1 here and c3 to win the queen. So close. So we can throw in h4. May as well. But here, there's queen d2 next. Do this. So I'm pretty sure he can't take. That's crazy, isn't it? G4 doesn't really help. I'm so committed. So committed here. And it doesn't even like it's just like a little bit working. That was hard work to win a piece, and it's still very sketchy. That was not worth it. I can confirm. Absolutely not at all worth it. I don't think he's threatening something, but should we just go here anyway? So I'll be threatening mate. So rook g4 doesn't... You can pre-move that. You can pre-move this as well. Don't pre-move that. He might sack. I'll go king here so we don't even allow a check. GG. We did hit 2,000 off that. Big celebration. Woo! Dude, this position plus 0.4. Plus 0.4. Your attacking chess will improve if you follow this series and learn the basics first. I promise you. Subscribe to chessbrah on YouTube if you're not subscribed already, and click that bell to turn on post notifications so you never miss another upload.